Okay guys, so again we're doing the test review notes. We've already talked about these points, but now we're actually going to take them and use them in these 3 things, actually 5 things that you need to put over here. To start off with, we've got a set of ordered pairs. When you're doing a set of ordered pairs, you need to make sure they're in guys, sets have braces around them. If you did not put braces around 1, 2, and 3, you need to make sure that you put braces on the outside of 1, 2, and 3. So this is going to be a set of 4 ordered pairs. They are going to be listed from least to greatest based on the x. So the least x, the smallest x, is going to be the one that is right here at -3. So it's going to be first -3, -3. That's the first ordered pair. The second one, we're going to do zeros for the next one, but then you look at the y's since the zeros are the same, and it's going to go 0, -2 first, and then 0, 4 second, because when the x's are the same, you then look at the y's and go least to greatest. The last ordered pair that's going to go in here is the one with the greatest x. It's going to be 4, 4, and then you close your brace. You got to have that brace at the end of that thing, guys. It's got to be a brace right here. That's that thing with the funny little points in it. That has to go around the outside of all your sets of ordered pairs. The ordered pairs have parentheses. The sets, the whole thing has braces. Same thing for domain and range. They are going to have braces around them. If you did not put braces around them, please do so now. That's something you're going to lose points for on the test if you do not do that. These are sets. Sets have to have braces around them. Guys, what's the domain? All the what? X's. What's the range?
All the Y's.
All the Y's. So the domain is going to be all of these. What don't we do, though, in the domain? Repeat. So when you write these, you're going to write the -3, then the 0, then the 4, and close your brace. To do the Y's, to do the range, you're going to do all the Y's, but they also have a repeat in them, and we're not going to write the repeat. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to write it as -3, -2, and 4. And you do not repeat the 4. Does anybody have any questions so far? This is exactly like what's going to be on your test. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, here we go, guys. To do a table, you're just going to literally take, do you all understand a table is just a set of ordered pairs, but instead of listing them from left to right, they just list them from top to bottom. That's all it is. So it's -3, -3, that first ordered pair. Then the next one's going to be 0, -2. That's the second ordered pair. Then it's going to be the third one, which is 0, 4. And then the last one is 4, 4. That's all you do. You're going to have repeats in tables. Tables are literally just a list of the ordered pairs. Instead of going across, they go down. They can. They do repeat. This is just literally a set of ordered pairs listed in order. Instead of listing it across, you list it top to bottom. That's the only difference, but it's everything. Okay? The things that do not have repeats, just so we're very clear on this. Domains do not have repeats, ranges do not have repeats, and mappings do not have repeats. Just so we know, that's kind of like, I want to make sure we clarify that, make sure everybody knows. Those are the 3 that cannot have repeats. Yep.
So when we're like stating the domain and range.
Yep.
If we put the here number,
It's going to be wrong. Yep. You cannot repeat in a domain or range. When you do a set of numbers, you only list each element one time. Anybody else? These are good questions, guys. Please keep them coming. I've already had several good questions. Keep them coming. Keep asking these things. These details will make the difference tomorrow. Here we go. When you're doing a mapping, you only write the numbers one time as you go down. So it's going to be -3, 0, and then what? 4. You don't repeat the 0. It's -3, 0, and 4. Over here, it's going to be -3, -2, and 4. 4. One time. One time. And then the arrows is where you show, there should be 4 arrows, because there's 4 ordered pairs, but this is how you show it. The 3 connects to the negative 3. So we draw an arrow straight across here, put an arrow at the end of it. There you go. 3 connects to the negative 3. The 0 connects to the negative 2. So we draw a line that goes from the 0 to the negative 2. The 0 also connects to the 4. So guys, you got to draw another arrow from the 0 but down to the 4. And then the last arrow goes from 4 to 4. So it's going to go straight from here across to the 4. Questions, concerns, anything so far? Nothing so far? Okay. I'm gonna move it down if y'all don't have any questions. Anything before I go? Okay. Okay, guys, the next thing is function notation. This is plugging in function notation, not writing it. This is just plugging into function notation. All we're doing is wherever there's an x, we are replacing it with a negative 2. But this is going to be really important to type on your calculator. So guys, please go ahead and write this, and then we'll type it in together. Squaring a negative is a big deal with this calculator. Okay, here we go. 4 times negative 2 squared minus 2 times negative 2. Yep. Did they call you? Did your mom come check you out? They'll call me on the phone. She said that she was going to do that. Did she come into the office? Oh, that's what she told me she was going to do yesterday. So she should be doing that. She said around 1:30 is what she told me. Maybe around 1:30. Okay. She has to check you out to the office. I can't just send you down. So tell her to go to the office and they'll call you. You can text her and tell her that. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, they'll call on the phone and tell me that she's ready. And she can even just call into the office and they'll do it. She doesn't have to walk up the stairs. She can just call in the office and they'll call me and let me know you're allowed to go. They just have to go through the process of officially checking you out or it won't be excused. They're weird about it. Okay guys, here we go. This is arithmetic. You've got to plug it into the calculator correctly. Listen, clear out your calculator. Everybody grab it. Let's clear it out. Let's type this. Here we go. 4 times parentheses, got to put the parentheses there, negative 2, close your parentheses, and then square. Guys, the square button looks like this. That's the square button. Squared minus 2 times negative 2 equals. Should give you 20, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to do the math up here for you just so you can see the real math behind it. Guys, what's negative 2 squared? Oh, negative 2 times negative 2 is? Positive 4, yes. And then negative 2 times negative 2 is also positive 4 out here. That makes this, what, 16 plus 4, which makes it 20. That's the actual math behind it. But you have a calculator that'll do it for you. Guys, what happens if you don't put these parentheses here when you type it? If you don't type 4 times and then these parentheses, it's not going to square this correctly. It's going to make this negative, which is going to give you the wrong answer. Let me see what it would be. What would it be? Negative 16 plus 4 would be negative 12. If anybody got negative 12, that's why. Because it's not dealing with the negative sign on that square. So you have to put the parentheses when you square something. Your calculator does order of operations, guys. It knows you're not supposed to square it unless you have those parentheses. It's a smart calculator. You got to be smart plugging in. Okay, guys, here we go on the next one. Guys, what does this 5 on the outside mean? Multiply by 5. In negative 5, but yes, multiply by negative 5. So you keep it on the outside, negative 5, bracket. Keep a bracket there. And then you plug in 3 where the x is. So it's going to be 4 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3. Okay, guys, listen to me. This is calculator work. Use your calculator. Do this stuff on the inside first. Don't try to deal with that -5 yet. That is outside the bracket. Your calculator does not have brackets on it. Do not try to do it. They're just another type of parentheses. It just means multiplication. So do what's in here first. Do 4 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3. I'll say it again. 4 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3. What is that part of it? 30. And then -5 times 30 would put you at -150. -150. Okay. This section seems to be one of the worst sections. When you get your review worksheet today.
Miss Rayleigh,
Yes.
I have Sarah Prince to attend us to sign out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Does anybody ever say your name correctly? No. She's like, no. My brother was like that. He had a silent D in his name. No one ever got that name correct. Okay, guys. So, when you do the review worksheet today, 10 through 15, just so you know, this is like problems 10 through 15 on your homework. You might want to do that first if that's the section you're having trouble with, so you can ask me questions before you leave today. Okay, guys, here we go. Next section. Determine if this is a function. Guys, look at this. The only part that matters is the what? Domain. The x's, that's all that matters. I'm going to post this so you can see it online. It'll be on Canvas, okay? So you can finish up. Did you get the review worksheet? You already got this? Today's? Yeah? Okay. Okay, guys, here we go. So, from here, it's going to be yes or no?
No.
No. Why? There you go. Exactly like that. -2 repeats in the domain. Now, is that enough, guys, to be your answer? Yes. Is it enough to say just -2 repeats?
No.
No. Because can it repeat in the range? Yes, all it wants to. Okay? You can have repeats over here. You can't have repeats over here. Yes. No. It has to be the specific number that repeats. Thank you for asking. Those kind of details matter. Guys, I need you to tell me what makes it repeat. Okay? Not just the domain repeats, but -2 repeats in the domain. Now you could say the domain has a -2 repeating or whatever. You could say it differently, but you've got to give me that information. Good question, guys. Keep it coming. Keep coming with the details. Okay, here we go. Next one. Write a function rule. Guys, you're going to have a section where you have to write it, and then you're going to have a section where you're going to write it and solve it. Okay? So this section right here says 18 more than 7 times the number k, here's our first one, is f. Guys, it's equal to f. F is going to be your what? Out. The one that's your answer is your out. That means k is going to be your in. So when you write the function notation, it's going to be f on the outside and k on the inside. It's red, f of k. Perfect. Then when you write this, guys, 18 more than means you're adding 18 to the end. So you're going to put plus 18 at the end. And then 7 times the number k is just written what? 7k. 7k. Perfect. That's it, guys. You don't have to solve it. You're just writing it. Yes?
You said if they like flip and we got it wrong, you said that wouldn't like really count, or that would.
Now wait, let's be clear about what I mean.
Okay.
So if you wrote this as 7k plus 18 equals f of k, I would give you credit.
Oh, okay.
If you flip the 7k and the 18, that's not the same thing. Okay? More than makes the 18 go to the end. Okay? More than and less than put the thing at the end. So, yes and no. You have to be careful. I don't care whether the function notation comes at the beginning or the end, but this part must be in order. Why? Because, guys, if it's subtraction, it actually changes the answer. So we need to get that rule in every time. More than, less than puts it at the end. Alright, here we go. The total fees F of a gym membership are $150 per year. Why? Guys, the cost is dependent on the year. So it's going to be F on the outside The years are going to decide how much it costs, so that goes on the inside. So it's going to be f of y. And then we've got 150 per year y and a one-time registration fee of $20. Now the 150 per year y is going to be 150 what? Just 150 y. Per 95% of the time is going to be multiplication every single time. Be careful, just understand that means multiply. Every once in a while, depending on how they use the English language, it can mean division. That's the 5%. That doesn't happen as often, but most of the time it means multiplication, guys. And then, and a one-time fee, registration fee of $20. How do you write the and $20? Plus 20. Because you have to pay that in addition to the 150 per year. You have to pay that actually to register. There you go. No. Now you could flip the f of y. If you wrote 150 y plus 20 equals f of y, I would take it, but not flipping these two. Good. Good questions, guys. Keep them coming. Okay, last two on this before we get you going. Last two. This is going to be write it and then solve it. Write it, then solve it. So, Sam is 4 years younger than 3 times his sister's age. Write a rule that represents Sam's age, A, as a function of his sister's age, S. It even tells you what order it goes in, guys. It says write it so that this is a function of this one. So A is going to be on the outside, S is going to be on the inside. You can also look at the end, guys, and cheat on these. Look, I'm giving you a cheat. You can look at the end and see it tells you his sister's age, so the sister's has got to be plugged in. So it's got to go on the inside. Okay, here we go. A of S equals 4 years younger means 4 years what? Minus that 4. And it's going to go at the end because it's 4 years younger than something. Younger than is the same thing as less than is same thing. Anytime you see that, that's going to go at the end. So it's going to be minus 4. And it's 4 less than 3 times the sister's age. How do you get 3 times the sister's age? 3s. That's the first thing that goes on the first answer blank. That's it. You're done with the first answer blank. The second answer blank comes from plugging in the numbers and getting a final answer. So it's going to be A of, what are we plugging in? 6, right here. 6. A of 6 equals 3 times 6 minus 4. So A of 6 equals, guys, you got calculators, use it. 3 times 6 minus 4. 14. Now, what you're going to put on the answer blank is what? 14 years old. You got to put a unit because 14 miles is different than 14 inches, is different than $14, is different than 14 years. Guys, they're all very different. The unit matters. Alright, you've got to put it in context. 14 years old. If you wrote a big, like a full sentence, okay, Sam is 14 years old and his sister is 6. I would take that too, but you don't need all that. Just 14 years old. Okay, here we go. Next one. Write a function rule. Okay, guys, before we start, the formula for the area of a rectangle is equal to what? Length times width. It says in this problem to write a function rule for the area. Guys, what do we put down for area? Capital A. And that's going to be our output. That's our answer. We're looking for the area. Okay. Of a rectangle whose length is 5 more than twice its width. It's going to tell us, guys, again, you can cheat because you can look at the bottom. What are they giving us at the bottom? Width. So that's going to be your in. So it's going to be A of W equals. Now, guys, we don't know what the length and width are yet. We haven't written that yet. We're going to go to our picture and we're going to please draw a picture on the geometry problem. Wait till next year when you're in geometry. You got to draw pictures all the time. You need to draw pictures doing geometry. Okay, here we go. It says everything is dependent on the widths So we're going to have W as the width. And the length is going to be 5 more than twice the width. How do you write 5 more than twice the width?
2W plus 5.
2W plus 5. 5 more than means the plus 5 goes at the end. Twice something means you multiply it by 2. Multiply it by 2. So guys, when you're doing this, this represents the length. So we put that first. 2W plus 5. And this represents the width. So we put that second. Now listen to me. On the test, if you put it as the W first and then the 2W plus 5 second, I will absolutely give you credit. As long as you have those two parentheses multiplied times each other. I don't care which one comes first. Questions so far? Anything about the formula for doing the rectangles? This is going to be your answer for the first answer blank. Then we're going to plug in 4 for the width. A of 4 equals 2 times 4 plus 5 times 4. Okay, guys. Now listen, when you have two parentheses like that, work out what's in this parentheses first. 2 times 4 plus 5 would be 2 times 4, which is 8. And 8 plus 5 would put you at 13. Then you're going to have 13 times 4. And 13 times 4 is going to put you at A of 4 being equal to what? I think it's 52, isn't it? Check my math. I think it's 52. Okay, I just want to make sure, confirm I'm right. So that's going to be 52 what? Ooh, look carefully. 52 what? Meters squared. Because this is area. This is like the tiles that cover the floor. They are 1 foot by 1 foot. They are square units. Like how many tiles does it take to cover the floor? This is how many of those square meters does it take to cover that rectangle? Okay, guys, that's your notes for today. Hopefully that helps you get ready for your test tomorrow. Seems like y'all